Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're back in House Flipper at the house with a sea view from the HGTV DLC. And we've got these lovely gates that lead onto where the beach is. Sadly there's a road between us and the beach, but we are the beachfront property. So from the upstairs you get a great view out over the ocean. So we've done the downstairs, we've done a little bit to the garden. We've not done an overly huge amount to the garden, just enough. And there is our beach view. Isn't that nice? That's really cool. So this balcony area, it's quite a narrow one on the front, but we've got enough space for this sofa, and I've got a nice table and chairs over here, so you could eat on the porch or just sit and relax and soak up the sun. So what we have left to do now is this big open upstairs area. We've turned this into a small bathroom, and then that leads down to the downstairs where the bedrooms are, and the open area where we've got a little children's game room down there as well. So the kitchen should fit in this corner here, and then the dining table probably here, and then you've got the dining table on the patio as well for nice weather, and then the living room or lounge area is going to be this section over here. So I think what we'll do in today's video is work on this kitchen area. I do kind of like the white boards actually in this area. So let's think what we got on the walls for the kitchen. Something quite simple, I think. Let's just double check what we've got. Just tile panels and tiles. No, I think we're just going to go for. Actually, do you know what? I think we might go for the panels on the walls here, and I think we might go for the white wood in the kitchen area. I think we might do that actually. Just in the kitchen area, not in the whole area of the upstairs, just the kitchen area. So this bit across here, because I think the brown wood is just too much. It's too dark. It looks a bit dull and tired and old. So I think we want it to be a little bit brighter and fresher. So the white might work actually, because the white paint kind of goes with that nautical themed idea I've got for using in this seaside area. I really like kind of going for that nautical feel for things. We're going to need quite a lot if we're going to pan all the way around the window sections though. That's kind of uses a lot of it for a small amount of area still, and the panelling is quite expensive compared to the paint and stuff, but I just think it's going to look nicer if we do it that way. And we could have done it all in tile. I think with the we used tile on the one that had the job order on it, didn't we? So I just wanted to be a little bit different. We are going to need one more pack, I think, of that to finish off. Even though it's quite a small area, this kitchen, the panelling doesn't go very far. We might need more than that because we've got another big window here as well. Yeah, we are going to need another one because of the window. It just uses so much, doesn't it, where the windows are? Right, so get the edges here, Kitty. Oops, there we go. Did we do that one? We did that one. So under here now, and then just along this edge. Oh, I think that might be enough. Right, so pop you there like so. Now, this section across here, do we do that in the white again, or do we make that different? I think I'm going to stick with the white. Make it all the same, just for the consistency. So, across here. But I do kind of like that little bit of peach there as a bit of a colour contrast. It's kind of cool. Right, there we go, all the way along there, and then see if we did that along there we'd need to get more, so I think we'll do that with the paint that we use over here, I think. Just check that we've got all the sections around where the window is. Lovely. Right, so now we need to think what sort of cabinets and things are we going to put. For the windows, we could use some of the blinds, couldn't we? We've got some new blinds. So let's take a look at those. Do you know, I think we might go for something really simple for the window blinds. I think we might actually use this one. I don't think we've used that very often. Hang on, what's the grey one? No, that's ellipses. Let's use this. Should we use that? Maybe. I think we will. I think we'll use this one. And we'll put that in all of the windows. There we go. So we need to fit all of these blinds in nicely, and then we'll need some cabinets and a cooker and a fridge and anything else that we think we might want in our kitchen. We've got to remember we made this for like a big family home, either for permanent living or for holidays, so it's got to have all the amenities for cooking for a fairly big family, I think, in here. It's not a huge space, so we're going to have to be careful about how we set it up, aren't we? I think because we've got all the plugs and things here, I think a fridge in this corner might be a good start. Yeah, so I'm thinking we have cabinets across here and a galley walkway through here, and so we have the cabinets along here, and along here to this corner. Yeah, I think that might work. Let's look for kitchen stuff. We're going to want how big a fridge are we going to try to fit in here? I think some of these big fridges might be too big. I think we're going to want a paler. How about we have light grey edges and the white front on that? How does that look? I think that might work. But I think this might be too big to fit, you see. Because this corner, I want it to fit in this corner, so that's just going to be too big. So we can't use those big double fridges. We're going to need the slightly narrower version of that for that idea to work. So I think we're going to be needing something like one of these two. Does this come in a paler colour? No, it's only in the darker colour, so maybe this one. And we want to make the no, we want the front white and then the edge. I think we want the edge to be, yeah, that looks quite good. Let's do that. So we need to rotate this right into this corner. Like so. And then we think, where do we want the cooker? And where do we want the sink? I always like to have the sink under the window. I think we're going to need to grab some units for now, because otherwise we're going to struggle to fit everything in. So let's decide which sort of cabinets we're going to use. I think we're going to use the Glen ones. Right, so let's think this through. We've got, what have we... Can we go for grey wood on the base units? White fronts to the cabinets, and then let's see what we've got in tabletops. So if we've got sort of a maybe the snowy would work quite well. The grey wood might. Grey marble? I think the grey wood matches better than the grey marble might work actually. What do you think? Grey marble? So grey wood, white wood, grey marble, and then the grey handles. Yeah, so we're going to want this as a... Right, which corner will that fit? That will fit this corner here. If we can just make sure we get it right in the closest gap of the corner, like so. And then we want the sink unit. Oh, actually, we're going to want another one of these, aren't we, in the... Oh, no, that's the wrong colours. We're going to need another one of these corners, aren't we, for the... Right, so grey... Granite. Yep, that's the one. And we're going to need one of these over here somewhere to turn us into this corner. That might need to be moved, of course, in a little bit, just to make sure everything fits together properly. But let's start with the sink, yeah. So we need the grey wood, white front, grey marble, and then the grey metal. And we're going to put that at here. There we go, and then we've got a little gap there. I think we might need a half cabinet to fill that gap. How about this one? How does that look? That's got a little bit of a front to it. I don't know. Yeah, let's see. So we want grey, white, grey. How do you fit in the gap? Do you fit nicely in that gap? Oh, I think that will work quite well. There we go. Right, so over here we're going to need a single unit, I think, now. There we go. So this is the one. So let's grab the correct colours again. So we want to put you in here to make this corner. There we go. And then we're going to want the cooker. So into the electronics again. Let's see, what sort of cookers do we have? Right, so let's rotate this round to the space here. There we go. And then we can think, do we want a small unit in the gap there? So let's just make sure we get all the colours again. Here we go. Now, will you fit here in this gap? Would that work? Oh, I think it will actually. Very nice, and that's going to be exactly where we want it. So we now want a couple of the bigger cabinets again over this side, and then I think we've got most of the things into the... Yeah, so we want this one. Check our colours again. Granite worktop, and then we want to rotate this round so we've got it in the right orientation. And then we're going to want to make sure we get one or two of these together. Actually, that's, if we come around this side we can see, make sure it's in line there. Actually, I should have had more than one, shouldn't I? There we go. And I think it's... There we go. Lovely. That actually looks quite nice from this side as well. Look at that. Quite like that. You could of course gone for one of the ones that's got the slight overhang so it looks more like a bar stool area. That's quite simple. And then we want some cupboards up on this wall over here. I'll stick with the colour scheme. I think we're going to go for the ones with the glass fronts on this as well here. And I think what we will want to put one over here and one over here, and then I think we want to put a cooker hood in the gap between the two. So we could go for one of these big fancy ones, or we could go for something a little bit more. This is kind of ornamental, isn't it? We look at the different colours, look at the options. For the colour scheme that we've gone for, I think it's a little bit hard to see any of the others working terribly well, isn't it? That wants to go above where the cooker is, like so. So this, I think, needs to go slightly further across that way, like so. How does that work? I think that works quite well, actually. And then we're going to need one or two accessories into the kitchen just to add a little spark of colour. So if we go to the accessories in the HGTV one for the kitchen stuff, we can add something like a nice teapot, can't we? Can we do that in the... let's do that in the... should we add a big splash of colour with the... I think I'm going to go for a few blue things. I'm going to put the teapot like... let's rotate it a little bit and just add a little bit of blue for colour, I think, there. Yeah, so that's kind of just to add a little bit of something. Let's have a nice bowl. And let's have that filled. And let's pop this over here on the counter so that you can come from the living room area and grab some fruit. And then something like this would be quite useful, I think, on the kitchen area. Just a few little bits to have that extra. There we go. And I think we could use a little bit of electronic equipment. Let's see if we can find something like a kettle or a coffee maker or something to add in here as well. There we go, coffee maker, that's quite a good one to have. And I think we'll pop that over here, I think. So if we rotate you like so, or should we put you on here? No, let's leave you over here. That's quite a good one. Yeah, there we go. I think that might be enough, really. Let's just check the accessories over here for the kitchen. Let's think, what else could we? Let's have the knives as well, so I think we should pop that. Over here like so. I quite like that idea. I think that works quite well like that. So I think I'm quite happy with that. So we'll just need some lighting. Alright, so what should we add to our kitchen area this time? we will add a couple of these. I think we'll have one over this side and one over this side like that. I think that might maybe slightly further in, and make sure they're lined up with each other. Yeah, there we go. I think that might work out okay like that. Yep, there we go. I think that there is the kitchen. So I hope that this has given you some ideas for your own layouts for your own kitchens, and I hope that you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From SoftKitty99, goodbye and happy gaming!